Alright, so I didn't like what Arch Linux did. I tried to install the Brave browser through Yay, and it installed like 45 gigabytes of garbage. And then my desktop changed, but this looks like a white background. And I went and messed with it and got it to a white background, then I couldn't read the taskbar. So we're just going to go ahead and restart this damn thing. We're just doing this for practice. So okay, delete. Maybe get into the boot menu, or maybe not. Also, I want to open the computer up and pull my Windows hard drive out of here because I honestly think they screwed up my Windows. Let me see if it'll even open. I think probably won't open is what I'm thinking. There's two separate hard drives in here. We'll come in here. The PNY drive is the other one. Man, I don't even see it anymore. It's not good. Wow, that sucks. So it's going to be this drive here, but the boot record was on the other drive. Wow. It doesn't even give me an option for it on here. See how it just went over here to do this? So I've screwed up the computer again. Lovely. Alright. Well, I'm not sure what to do at this point. I really don't want to redo all this. So we got the it's a PNY. It refuses to boot to it, and we've got this other drive here. That's my storage drive, but man, I don't want to reinstall all this crap. Alright, so what I've done is I've unplugged my Windows drive. Because what I'm going to end up having to do is redo that one all by itself later on. So let's just move forward, I guess. Boot menu. Alright. This is another Arch Linux install brought to you by Stupid Choices. Okay. Because I actually made stupid choices and I'm going to do it again. Outside TXT disabled by the BIOS. We might actually have a problem. So the way I look at Arch Linux is kind of fun to play around with, but it is overly complicated. At the end of the day, it wouldn't be my #1 daily driver. I don't see an advantage to using it. The reason I'm using it is because everybody said it's difficult, and everybody said it was awesome. There's certainly some cool things about it, but I don't know if it's worth it or not. So we were like, maybe, I don't know, 4 minutes into the video, and I think like we had about 2 or 3 minutes of fiddling around. So let's see how quick we can get this one installed. I'm just going to leave the video, I'm not going to pause anything. So you're just going to listen to me talk while we wait for this thing to load. I'm going to go with the simple choice of probably KDE. I think KDE comes with the most stuff already packaged. I don't want to have to try and find a package manager. I don't want to have to do any of that. Okay? Now, you can configure this thing piece by piece by piece by piece if you really want to. And the way that this one works is it actually needs an internet connection. You wouldn't be able to do this without internet. I think you type in Arch install. You know, I learned if you spell it wrong, it will say, "Did you mean this?" Okay, English, enter, locales, yes, mirrors and repositories, select region, go United States, enter, add custom servers, no, optional repositories, yes, multi-lib, back, just configuration, partitioning, use best effort. Okay, we don't want the top one. That's our actual drive 1.4 terabytes. We're going to use the SPCC solid state drive 476. Doesn't tell me the available. Anyway, it's like that. Why does it want to do BTRFS? Let's just go okay. No, I don't want to use it, dude. I don't. No. Okay, I need to go back. Just configuration. Oh god, it won't let me. You gotta be kidding me. I just did all this crap. Alright. ETX4. Yes. Back. Swap. Yes. Bootloader. The one thing I did this last time that I probably shouldn't have did was I did grub. And I think that killed my master bootloader. So we go system D, the unified kernel. We don't need to do that. Host name, we're just going to be Arch Linux. Root password, go ahead and enter that. Oops. User account, add user. YouTube Arch. What we do, Arch YouTube. Okay. Enter your password. Enter. Yes. Confirm and exit. Okay, we got profile, enter, type, enter, desktop, enter. Okay, now we can get into our desktops. Awesome, I've tried that. Bspun, I haven't tried that. Budgie, I haven't tried that. It tells you when you scroll down though. Let me get zoomed in here. It's going to tell you what is in each one. Budgie has the mate terminal. Cinnamon was what we were just on. It's supposed to have all this stuff. The GNOME will have that. Hyperland will have that. KDE Plasma will have Arc, Dolphin, Kate, Console, Plasma Workspace, and then these other ones. We could try LXQT. I don't know if that's going to be any good, but and the Mate desktop we could try. I've tried XFCE 4. I haven't tried any of these other ones. I just know this is like a lightweight desktop. The KDE is probably going to be the best. This has probably had the most stuff. So let's just go with KDE. Graphics driver. So it's telling you selected profile, install packages, Arc, Dolphin, console, OpenSSH, Smart Tools. That's all you get. You don't get anything else. Okay. All open source we're gonna do. Okay, this greeter thing. Okay, so what he said, I left that out on a different one. And they said that was why I didn't have Pipewire. He said that was the reason that I had no GUI. Okay. Additional packages. I am not a fan of a stripped down version, but there are no additional packages here for me. Time zone, enter. We go up to Arizona. How are we doing on time? We're 11 minutes. Okay. Install. Yes. Okay, so we're not even 11 minutes really because I spent 2 or 3 minutes fiddling around. Let me get my camera adjusted while we're waiting for this. Right. You can see everything in the reflection. This is why I don't like shiny monitors for doing videos. Now, if I could do screen capture and I was like, you know, installing this in a virtual environment, then that would probably be the better way to make the video. So we're just going play by play here, guys. So this will take a second. What it's kind of doing is it's just wiping the partition and all that. Yep. Generating Pac-Man master something. It almost would be kind of cool if it did this a little slower. Now it does say proceed with installation, yes, and it's kind of auto giving permission for those. You'll see that pop up from time to time. You don't need to hit yes or no or anything, just let it do its thing. So KDE would probably be the easiest one for new people, I think. Some of these other ones you might try later on. XFCE wasn't bad, but I felt like it was really stripped down, which is kind of what it's supposed to be. I need to find my coffee cup. There it is. So this is kind of what I do most of the time when I'm not playing with radios. This computer stuff. And I think I find that I have the most fun doing that, really, because I can find second-hand parts for pretty cheap. I can find somebody's broken system that they donated, you know, and then, like, this computer here was literally, like, I bought 2 of them. They were $10 for the pair. And there was no RAM in them, but it came with, it had no hard drive and no RAM, but it came with a CD, DVD multi-recorder, a really nice EVGA 550 gold standard power supply, and a Core i5 processor. No video cards or anything like that, but you know. And then it's the Asus H170, kind of pre DDR4 board. And then the guy at the thrift store gave me an i6700, and I swapped the 6500 i5 for the i7. So it's been a really cool computer, and I have 3 hard drives in it. I unplugged the other one because I'm going to have to redo Windows again, unless I can figure out how to restore the master boot record. Okay, so we're at 15 minutes. Reboot the system. We'll go ahead and undo our media. See what we get. So basically, I would say it'd be about 13 minutes or so we're into it. Now, when I installed this on a spinning hard drive, it took a lot longer. Okay, I'm not sure what this means or why we're seeing that message. I'm not sure that's a screen that we would normally see. Let's go ahead and enter our password. Okay, so this is straight up plain. That doesn't look like KDE. That looks like GNOME. Interesting. We can zoom out of this. Or, wow, that's wild. Okay. So, this is not what I expected at all. Alright, so I don't know what we're actually doing here, but, so in about 13 minutes we had this installed, and we come over here. This is weird. It says KDE. I didn't know. Why was the one that I was using? Maybe I'm just so used to all these other distros that change everything. I'm pretty sure I installed KDE before and it didn't look like this. I have to check my sanity here in a second, but so let's open the console. Sudo pacman - capital S Firefox, because we don't have a web browser. Like, this is the first thing you're going to need to do, because, you know, without a web browser, you know, you're not going to be able to read the instructions of stuff. I think it failed. And I've also had this happen a few times where what I really needed to do was restart the installation. So we'll do that. It just, like, I don't know, didn't want to work right the first time. So we'll give it a chance to do that. Because we're getting this outside TXT disabled by BIOS. VMX. I don't know. Maybe this is not a good computer to run this on or something. I don't know. Alright. Console. sudo pacman dash capital S Firefox. See, now it says 3 packages. Total download size 76 megabytes. Now remember when I did the Brave browser, that thing downloaded like 45 gigabytes of something, and then things started to change. You need to be really careful, I guess. And so we're gonna proceed. Mirrors. We're having a problem here, so we'll just close this and. I don't believe we have a installer in here. We do, well, so we have Discover, which is cool, so so Arch Linux is not configured for installing apps through Discover, only apps through Discover. Only apps and add-ons. To use Discover for apps, install Flatpak using the Pacman Manager. Okay. But we also have an error. Let's just see if it does anything. Nothing found. So we can't use that. I don't know what that is. The welcome. Yeah, we didn't even get the welcome screen this time. I'm like, something's strange here. Like, and I think Dolphin is just a file explorer. I don't know what Kate is. Some kind of file thing, too. I just clicked the settings and it's not doing anything. Interesting. I feel like we have a broken system again. So sudo pacman dash capital S flat pack, spelled P-A-K. This is telling me it can't do anything without it. Yeah, we keep getting an error. Failed to retrieve the file, OS tree. So there's something going on too, like when I boot the computer, that just doesn't seem right. Breeze, dark breeze. Mouse pad, drawing tablet, display. Sometimes there's some stuff in here. Well, this is not the one that I tried originally, I don't think. Okay. Interesting. I feel like something went wrong on the installation. I think maybe some BIOS settings in this computer might be causing problems. Let's see here. Cool. There's like a lot of stuff missing. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I don't think we have any internet. Yeah. Because it would be up over here if we did. Interesting. So there's no internet. Okay. So what do we need to do now? With no internet, I don't have any. I can't do anything with this thing. Where I just seen it. Okay. Okay, connection. Where? Let's see. Failed to add the connection. Alright. Configuration. Hardware-based connections. Cisco, crapola. Okay, I want wired Ethernet. Okay, wired Ethernet. We'll just name it home. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it did, but we can see that obviously the network connection's broken to this thing. So I'm gonna restart this thing one more time, and I want to watch real carefully when it restarts to see if I can see like an error. Let me try this other one. Fallback. So this is an issue right here, whatever the VMX is. VMX, I think, has something to do with the virtual, being able to do like virtual boxes and stuff. So this is going to end up being a lot of trouble here because I've screwed up basically both installations that were on here. I think for the next thing I might try to do is like maybe one of these other ones like Fedora or something. Okay. Yeah, we definitely don't have an internet connection. So that didn't go well, guys. I'm going to redo this. We'll make a different video. So, a failed attempt. Failed attempt. Sorry.